Welcome, welcome, welcome to the 4-day gratitude challenge. I'm so excited if you are joining me live, whether you're in the group or you're on YouTube or you are on Facebook. Just so you know, I am using StreamYard to broadcast. So if you are on Facebook, I probably won't be able to see your name unless you grant StreamYard permission. In the comments, there is a little link there that you can just click on that and tell StreamYard it's okay for people to see who commented. When I go in the group, I'll be able to see who commented, but I may not be able to see your name right now. So if you are watching on a business page or on YouTube, just wanted to invite you to come on over to our free group, which is Conquer Your Sugar Cravings over on Facebook. And this is, hey there. Hi, Judy. Thanks for granting StreamYard permission. So we are focused on conquering the sugar cravings, mastering our metabolism, staying positive without the restrictive diets, even when life is busy, even when all of these headwinds are happening. So that's what we're doing over on the group. So feel free to come and join us over there. So did you know that you can improve your eating habits with a gratitude practice? It is true. So there was a great study that was done with some participants. They had them measure or write down their eating habits before they did the study. And then they had them write a letter to someone that they were grateful for 4 times during, once a week during this 4-week period. So for a month, they did good morning, Gail. So for a month, they did this gratitude practice where they actually wrote letters to people that they were grateful in their lives. And then at the end of the 4-week period, they measured their eating habits again, and their eating habits had actually measurably improved. So more than just, it was statistically significant, that amount that the eating habits improved, which was amazing. So that's great that during that time frame that they improve their eating habits. But you might say, well, but I'm not going to be writing a letter every single week. Here's the thing I thought was great. After 12 weeks, so 2 months after this study ended, their eating habits were still better than they were before, which I thought was amazing. So now they definitely had declined a little bit, but they were better than they were at the beginning. So this had long lasting effects 2 months after they had stopped doing their gratitude practice, which is awesome. And it is the month for gratitude. And you can drop a comment below. Do you practice gratitude on a daily basis? Do you have some kind of a gratitude practice? And do you ever feel a little bit stuck with having a gratitude practice? I know that I often would, because I would sit down and I would think, well, I'm going to be grateful for the same things every single day. I'm grateful for my awesome husband. I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my health. And that's great to be writing those same things every day, but it seems like it's going to get a little old after a while. And it just didn't seem to really kind of take off. It just seemed to be a little bit flat. So I felt a little bit stuck in my gratitude practice. So let me know in a comment if you have a gratitude comment, if you have a gratitude practice. Do you practice gratitude on a daily basis? And do you ever feel a little bit stuck? Because sometimes it's like, well, I'm always going to I'm always going to put these same things on my gratitude list. So it's not going to feel that great. And welcome if you're just joining us. So what you can do is really take your gratitude practice. You do not. Okay, that's great. I didn't for a long time either. And it's really helped to reframe. So in the morning, I write on a piece of paper. So I have a little notebook that I keep with me, and I have kind of a morning ritual. And I write the numbers 1 through 10 on a piece of paper. I write the date and the numbers 1 through 10 on my piece of paper every morning. And I go through 10 things that I'm grateful for from the last 24 hours. So that helps to kind of look at more of a current time frame. And I also try to throw some of these things in that we're going to be talking about in these 4 days as well. And the first one that I wanted to talk about are the unseen things in our world. So there are so many things in our world, especially here in the United States or in the Western world where, or if you're in the developed world where we have so much abundance, it can be easy to take for granted a lot of things. And you can sort of end up just kind of being grateful for the same things every day. And it felt like my gratitude practice was flat. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was looking for the tiny things that are in our environment that we are taking for granted all of the time. So, for example, this could be household objects that you sort of just ignore. So, for example, even just something as simple as a pen. So, being able to write things down. There was a period of time when we couldn't write things down. Having gratitude for this is one of my favorite kinds of pens. It's not really a fancy pen, but I love the way it writes and I just really enjoy using it. So I'm often really just grateful for the ability, to have this pen. A fork. We didn't always have forks, so I'm grateful for that I can use a fork and I don't have to get my hands dirty. You can also be grateful for the abundance in your life. You can open your drawer and look at how many forks you have, how many knives, how many spoons. So you have all of these great things that shows you that you live in a world of abundance. And you can also do the same. This is getting a little off track, but you can also look at the same outside and see all the leaves. The leaves can be annoying for some people. That's an annoyance this time of year. Um, uh, and I'm in New England. I know a lot of my viewers are too, where we have to take all grateful for warm socks. That's an awesome one, where we have to take all the leaves and put them someplace else. So, being grateful for, wow, there's an abundance of leaves. We live in an abundant universe. Also, a big one for me that I notice all the time is running water. Isn't that amazing? We take that for granted that we have hot and cold running water right inside of our houses. Did you know that 30% of the world has no access to running water? And there's probably even a greater percentage that has access to running water, but not in their house. Or maybe they have some access to water, but it's not, doesn't get hot, or maybe it's very limited. So having access to running water right inside the house. Now, of course, there is the Flint water crisis. Obviously, you can argue about whether or not it's safe to drink, but it's not immediately poisonous, which is not necessarily true in all of the world. So we are incredibly blessed and you know, abundant to be able to have hot and cold running water right inside of our homes. So you can walk around your house and literally go on a rampage of appreciation. And you can notice before you do this, how are you feeling before you do it? So maybe take a notebook or a piece of paper and write down, how are you feeling before you do it? Maybe you wake up, you're just, n- you know, feeling tired. Maybe you're not feeling great. You could even be feeling a little down. And not to say this doesn't necessarily change everything that's going on in your life, but just to walk around and have a rampage of appreciation for the things that are in your house. Carpeting. We have this nice lovely carpeting that makes it nice to walk around. You can appreciate your couch, you can appreciate so many of the little things, even your warm socks. So do that for set a timer, 2, 3 minutes where you're walking around, just doing a rampage of appreciation, and then notice how you are feeling afterwards. And if you keep doing this, this does have an impact on your health and on your choices, and it does actually reduce stress eating. So I'd love to know from you today what household items or common items that you find around that you are grateful for. So just drop a comment and tell me about your gratitude practice and what household things you are grateful for. And tomorrow I'll be back with a different topic. I can't remember what it is at this point. But this gratitude practice can really be life changing. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll post a little graphic in the group where you can put what household items that you are thankful for. Thank you for joining me.